Greetings, YouTube. Danny Staten here on the Daily Dan Blog. For how long? We shall see. Welcome to my comic book review of the week. That's right, I'm checking out Crypt of Shadows from 1972. It's a number 2. I wished I could have popped up a number 1 for you guys, but you know how it goes. I wonder if old Dave's going to think this is the good stuff. I'm not so sure I think this is the good stuff. I don't even think Thrash Pondo Pines could save me on this comic book. I think I'm going to have a bad day. Welcome to the life and sad ending. Danny? What? And that's a reference and a shout out to my friend over at the Life and a Sad Ending channel. You're going to love this one, dude. Inside the front cover, we get all them really cool back patches you could have had back in the day, as well as an assortment of other junk that suckered me out of all my money back in 1972. And may I also have a complaint? I ordered them same X-ray glasses right there. They did not work. Wah, wah, wah. You know, when I picked up this comic book and looked through it to do a review, I saw this, and right off the rip, I felt a little uncomfortable and a little uneasy. Been to the doctor this week. I got good news. He said I was doing good. The doctor said, "Hey, Dan, you're improving. You're getting over the strokes. Your blood pressure's down. Your sugar's down. You're doing good." And then I open a comic book, and I see this. I see this. Oh, my God. Anyway, this is... Usually I roast other people, but today I guess I'm roasting me. This is Fat Danny. Danny's a freak. Danny spends all his time at home watching TV. Danny loves horror movies. Oh, God. Wah, 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 wah. So Danny's TV malfunctions. He can't take it. Big Daddy heads to the antique shop where he picks up a brand new color TV, an antique vintage panel model. But the minute he flips it on, guess what happens? He realizes that this TV is Dr. Wu's TV, because it has a portal to the Twilight Zone right there. Pictures come alive, and a lady hands him a cake. Right out of there, he gets to enjoy a hot cake, a hot meal from a beautiful woman. Oh, God. So in well-drawn, full panels, brought to you by the Daily Dan Blog. I got one of them old comic books from 1972 right there, boy, that I like to do. One of them old comic books that smells like an old comic book. It does not smell like the good stuff. Oh, he's tripping. He's freaking out. He's checking his antenna connection. He's checking the back of the TV. He's trying to figure out how this is happening. He turns on the TV and a werewolf almost bites his head off. He flips it off real quick. Decides that I need to smoke one. Hey, he is named Danny after all, isn't he? He's going to burn a big fat one right there after all this. That might be what induced this. He turns it on. He watches the Bonnie and Clyde bank robbery. He snags the money right out the TV. He goes on a rampage, forgets all about the TV for a day or two. That's right. He buys a brand new luxury car with the cash he snagged from the TV. Then he buys all kinds of cool stuff. And then he returns to the TV where he sees the most beautiful creature. He sees his angel in the TV screen. And as he gazes up on beauty, that shall kill the beast at last, we get a commercial for True Grit and some crap you could have done in comic books back in the day. And 60 cents, you could have had a toothbrush that rotated. What? Oh, yeah, I had that $10 cassette recorder right there. I used to record songs off the radio on it. You know, I probably should have got the movie projector for $1.92. Now I know where Chance got his tape-to-tape movie projector. And Chance Bartell at the Nostalgic Pod Blast. Did you order your projector for $1.92 out of a comic book? Inquiring minds want to know. Sorry, I had to break the monotony a little bit. I'm not used to roasting myself in a comic book, and I'm not used to a comic book that says the death of Danny. That's kind of threw me in a backstabbing shock today. Anyway, Danny's contemplating doing something stupid, and of course he's named Danny, so you know he does something stupid. That's right. And you want to know something funny? Okay, are you ready for the big kicker? I wasn't gonna say this, but I thought I'd at least throw it in there. Hey, does anybody get the joke? Do you see what Danny's last name is? If you get the joke, leave a comment below, because some people will get it and some people won't. Yeah, I had to throw that in there, right? I shouldn't have, but I did. Anyway, moving right along, old Danny ain't real bright. He snagged that bitch right out there. He snagged her right out the TV. Now he's got his own little angel, and he's going to have a happily ever after in love with the angel. Yeah, that's what I thought too, right? Yeah, as they kiss, as they cuddle, as they say, how is this possible? A large monstrous claw, and then another claw, and they turn and they scream in fear. They cannot believe it. The chick was in a horror movie, and it wasn't Swamp Thing. That wasn't something good that crawled out of the TV screen. No, it was a cryptic creature from the other side that laid waste and destroyed and left bodies all around. What a cryptid ending! Oh my God, the end. And I hope you enjoyed the life and sad ending of Danny Dent. So we move on to the next story, and I promise you they'll go downhill from that one. That was probably the best one I'm going to do out of this. Oh, well, anyway, the story, there's lots of stories in this comic book. It kind of flies through real short, cryptic stories, and nothing in here seems to be nice, that's for sure, and I guess that's what you get when you do a horror comic. Right. It is called Crypt of Shadows right there, buddy. Well, anyway, the guys are in the bar. They having a drink as they watch the lovely lady pass by. The lovely lady with sunglasses. The lovely lady who is rich and lives in the castle on the hill or something. What? And you could have been a draftsman, and we're going to throw a commercial in right there because that's what we do. If it's a Marvel comic book, you can count on lots and lots of irritating commercials. In full panels, brought to you by Daddy Dan Blog, we get a commercial every other page in this one. Anyway, people's talking to the lady. The lady's like trying to be nice. The lady explains that her old man was in an accident. Her old man can't move. Her old man's a vegetable. She had to feed him. She had to wipe him. She had to take care of Daryl. And it's not cool, as she tells Larry. And Larry's like, oh, well, maybe we can fix that. Larry's a devious type. The chauffeur overhears the conversation, and he puts the threatening on her. He said, you're going to be my chick. If you're going to try to hire somebody to get rid of him, I'm going to get rid of him. I mean, you're going to be together, and you ain't got no choice. So he goes in, chauffeur dude goes in and tells the old man, he says, dude, your days is over. He grabs the girl. He kisses the girl. He takes control of the situation because he's one of them. And because somebody kissed somebody right there, you got to get some commercials for some karate or a giant life-size karate practice thing with chicken. Oh, God, I should have ordered that. Yeah, I bet Harper wishes he had a life-size karate boy now, don't you, Michael? Oh, I'm just cracking. Look at some of the other cool stuff you could have ordered. Hey, I would have ordered them heroic crosses. You know what they would be worth now? Back to the story. So the chauffeur has dreams. He has dreams of taking the man's place. The chauffeur get the car out. The chauffeur put Vegetable Boy in the car. The chauffeur take him down, take him for a ride. Vegetable Boy sitting there. Vegetable Boy knows the end is near. But Vegetable Boy has a surprise. Vegetable Boy has some few mental powers, my friend. And Vegetable Boy decides to end his misery with his mental powers. He takes control of the car and plunges it off a cliff and ends his nightmarish misery. Of course, now the chauffeur's now Vegetable Boy. Turnabout is fair play in this horrible story. Oh my God, the end. I'm having me a Mandela effect right here, boys and girls. I do not remember nothing about these. Do you remember these? Has anybody ever heard of the Corgis? The Corgi Boy toys? It's a full-page ad in a 1972 comic book. I never heard of this. Looks like I would have heard about it. I look through comic books every week. Oh, God. So that brings me into our next story, our next entry in the Crypt of Shadows. It's a little tale we call Innocent Bystander. Where this one, what's her name gonna be? I'm just gonna call her the old bat. Yep, that's right. She looks like an old bat. So I'm just gonna call her the old bat. The old bat who gets tormented by the hands of evil. They're coming for you, bat. Oh my God. Our scene opens on a door, pounding, banging, crapping. Suddenly, an axe busts through the door. An arm reaches through and somebody hollers, "Here's Johnny!" Wait, whoa. Brack. Wrong story. Yeah, so it's banging on the door and axe comes through. A hand reaches through and we meet our main character, Johnny Boots. That's right, old Johnny Boots is having a bad day. Boots done broke into the bar room. He had to have a drink. They done locked him out because he's been having some alcoholic issues. Johnny Boots goes on a rampage with his axe and starts breaking everything. The maids show up and the maids are like, "Please, Johnny Boots, calm down, my friend, calm down." Johnny Boots ain't having none of that and he goes crashing and smashing. And of course with that, we're going to get a bodybuilding commercial. That's right, you could have built your body. I bet Michael Harper wishes he had ordered this a long time ago. So the house staff calls down the owners. The owners come running down and say, "How can you not control one guy?" They run into the room where the bar is and Johnny Boots is on a rampage, but all of a sudden these staff ain't playing around. They give Johnny Boots the beat down. Women with sticks, that's Johnny Boots' one weakness as they discuss what they're going to do with drunken Johnny Boots. In full panels brought to you by the Daily Damn Blog, we find out the fate of Johnny Boots. So Johnny Boots spent off a tale about an evil creature that comes out the mirrors that attacks. Johnny Boots said he was destroying things. So the evil creature couldn't come out the mirror and attack him. "Johnny Boots, you a nut." They shipped Johnny Boots off to the mental institution where Johnny Boots will spend eternity. Yep, Johnny Boots is going to be sent down the road. As the old lady creeps around, she heads for the bed. She does not believe Johnny Boots. She lays down in the bed, but suddenly dark hands of fate come right out of the mirror, wraps around her neck, and sends her off to the promised land. That's right, she's a goner. And she realizes that man toast to hands of fate is a real thing. Johnny Boots is at the mental institution going, "I told you so, I told you so." And she rots away. What a non-coherent, stupid story. The end, thank goodness. And then we get more commercials. More commercials where you could have learned how to be a locksmith. You could have rode a mini bike. You could have went on a crash diet. You could have drew cartoons for money. Or just ate some electric butterflies. I don't know. Oh, my God. Before we get started on the next story called Going Down, which is what this video is probably going to do in ratings, let me give a few quick shout-outs. As always, I got to give a special shout-out to my friend Dave Sunstorm and his incredible brother Steven Sunstorm, the Good Stuff Brothers, as well as Thrash Pondo Puns, because Thrash Pondo, that dude saved every one of us. Hey, it's the Golden Ranger TV, Pat McCormack. Be sure to check out the Golden Ranger TV. He has some of the best videos and interviews on YouTube, as well as BBB, the Brain Benders Banners. That's right, one of my favorite channels. You can catch me on there sometimes. Well, sometimes, I think like Saturday nights. Yeah, I'll be on there on Saturdays occasionally. You can also check out the Retro Nerd Girl, the Nostalgic Pod Blast. My Fluck is ever Workhorse Comedy Channel, Big Guys 45, BK on the Air, Golden Ranger TV. Oh, God, Thrash Pondo and Dave and Steven. So I think I covered everybody. Hey, I'm going to add some more names to that list, so I'll be glad when I get around to it. Oh, I should have done that. And you be sure to check out True Cryptid Encounters. You know, the book brought to you by Bigfoot, Michigan Rob, my main man in Michigan hunting Bigfoot and the Dog Man. He gives you the real deal, the true stories. And if you like real monsters, check out this book. And he's got a new one coming out soon, as well as my partner Eric Wood over at the Eric Wood Podcast, my two paranormal and cryptid connections. Going down in 2 minutes. Going down. My name's Bob. I'd sell my soul for a watch to stop time. Well, gee, I'm the devil. Here you go. So you used to watch Stop Time, stole art, collected $1 million, solved the mysteries of the universe. Well, time to go. Time to collect your soul. What? All that action, and we get a really cool commercial because it's Marvel and comic books from Marvel do commercials really well. Hey, it's a monster ghost. I wish I had the monster ghost. I got the Frankenstein and I had the Wolfman. I didn't have a monster ghost, I don't think. And here's a squirrel that likes to play with his nuts. What? 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 Moral of the story, don't sell your soul for a wash to stop time to the mad freaking hatter. He'll take your soul and send you down to the fires of the pit. Of course, you'll wake up and it'll all be a dream and it don't really matter because it's a stupid story. The end. Ah! And you get the feeling in the back of this book, after a couple of good stories, the artists and writers just kind of started reaching for something. It's just, I don't even know where to go with this. Well, let's break it down for you guys real quick in the last story in this book of nightmares. Oh, Brent here is hot for Dattila. Dattila's husband's a psycho serial killer doing time. Dattila and Brent have been sharing a wonderful life while the serial killer has been in prison. But the prisoner has escaped. The prisoner's on the loose. And Brent is preparing to flee for his life. But the door crashes in and the giant serial killer that escaped from prison had arrived here with the quickness. And with that excitement, of course, Marvel, you're going to give us the marvel of another long-ass commercial that makes me want to pull my hair out. And in Brent's fear, he comes face to face with Biggie Treefootamus, the escaped serial killer. Brent runs in fear. Him and Dattila are in shock and horror that Treefootamus has come from prison to get revenge on Brent and Dattila. Hey, this could turn into the life and sad ending of Brent here in the end, couldn't it? And within your windows and pot shots, Brent and Dattila run in fear. Brent and Dattila stand no chance at escaping Treefootamus. Treefootamus breaks through another door. Treefootamus is hot on their trail. Treefootamus will have his vengeance. Dattila runs into the back room and slams the door, but it does no good. Treefootamus crashes through door number 3. And of course, it's a Marvel comic book, so let's throw in some how you could have become a vet. That's right. Little kids reading comic books wanted to take care of their animals, so they could have become a veterinarian back there in 1972. Or you could have had this 100-piece coin kit for $2. Oh my God, I wished I'd ordered that and kept it. Imagine what that's worth today. That's got to be find of the year. Okay, I think the writers may have been doing some of them illegal narcotics back in the day because, Brent and Dattila run into a room. Treefootamus comes busting through the door. Dattila give it a swat with the broom. She beat back Treefootamus with a broom. As Brent presses himself against the door to keep Bigfootamus out, he turns to Dattila and says, "Whatever will we do? We must have a plan." But before his eyes, he cannot believe it. Dattila turns into a blood-sucking demon. She turns into the gargoyle creature, and we never saw that coming, and we never get no explanation for it. It was just a good way to end a story as Big Treefootamus on one side of the door and Dattila the demon on the other side of the door. What will happen to Brent? We can only guess. But I'm guessing it's the life and sad ending of Brent. That guy's a real dillhole. Oh, come on. Everything was done in jest. Everything was done in humor. I was joking if I included anybody in my comic book review. I meant no harm. I take everything as a joke, even when I make a false channel and harass some people just for the fun of it. It's meant with humor. It's meant as a joke. It's not meant nothing derogatory. So I don't understand why people have no sense of humor these days, but I'm not going to let it get me down. I'm still going to do what I do best, and that's make fun of everything and everybody. So from Daddy Staten to all the haters, you can bite me. And Marone, speaking of haters, Marone, be sure to check out every word in the bag of this comic book. Be sure to pause it like you always do. Be sure to criticize me for my camera work. Be sure to criticize me for my commentary. Be sure to criticize me for using your name constantly, Michael Marone, Michael Marone, Michael Marone. I know you really hate that deep down. I know you do. And I'm going to continue to do it for all eternity, Marone. I really am. So I'll expect 107 emails from you today. as usual. Love you, dude. And my other partner in crime, Michael Harper. These commercials are for you, dude. They still exist. You should order them because I've seen your workout videos and you got the chest of a fly. You need to work on it. And there's hope for everybody, even Bigfoot hunters. Wah, wah, wah. Waste the back cover, they do, as always. So that's my look at Crypt Shadows #2 from 1972. Great art, great comic book smell. I really enjoyed this book, even though a few of the stories toward the end leave a little bit to be desired. And once again, let me apologize if I brought anybody into my comic book or played around with your names a little bit. It's meant with humor. I hope you do not take offense. But if you do take offense, beep you.